Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Logitech Win Series Season 4, the Valorant Quarterly Tournament Division B. And we do have semi-final number 2 coming your way. It is going to be none other than Whiff Masters taking on New Order. These two teams, we haven't seen them face off yet, and this will be the first time that we are going to see these two teams face off against each other. Both really strong teams. Both have been showing really good performances coming into the Logitech tournament, and of course New Order right now the top dogs in the country when it comes to Valorant. It's going to be interesting to see how Whiff Masters will put the pressure on New Order. Having said that, of course we are boasting of a prize pool of 135,000 rupees in prize money across the two division, each quarterly tournament as well from Logitech. So massive shout out for them for making it happen for all the Valorant esports athletes in the country. Having said that, joining me on the cast and showing his face today as well is going to be none other than Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hello, Tere. You have to leave me off this whole face cam thing. Come on. I just sent it on for like the semifinals, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about it. Okay, but of course, I'm very excited. Like the fact that Division B itself is coming, it has these huge teams participating in it, fighting to get a chance into Division A. It's just so crazy. I mean, these are of course CD matches. Both these teams have already qualified to Division A, but this match this year is about respect. This is about New Order wanting to keep that mantle of being one of the best contenders for the top team in the country, and Whiff Masters looking to make a statement against that. Of course, I mean, both these teams have been doing so well on both fronts.
And we
best
are
of
going
three here
into
today.
BO3 today. We are going into the first map, Bind. This is the pick from Whiff Masters. I'm sorry, New Order. Whiff Masters did ban out Ascent, if I'm not mistaken, and we did see the ban coming out from WG. Actually, sorry, Whiff Masters banned out Haven and WG banned out Breeze. Breeze, of course, has been the map that Whiff Masters has been really good on. They have barely dropped a map on Breeze. I think it was just once that they dropped a map against Team Leaks, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be interesting to see how they face off against Bind, because New Order is extremely strong, especially with Crumbs and Scrim on the Jet and the Raze both playing their two mains on this map, which you don't see all the time because Scrim has been switching from Sage to Jet all the time. But on the other hand, we have the likes of Whiff Masters. I mean, you have Poseidon, we have Ice Speed. Then when these two guys don't frag out, we have the likes of Dennis, Ghost, and Lucifer. And Ghost is the king of lurks on whatever map he plays, and he's on Cypher this time, so we are not going to be seeing the killjoy from him, and his Cypher lurks are going to be even better. And Astra coming out from both sides, very good on the map. I mean, very good in general. Astra, Kapumba, probably one of the best Astra players in the country right now, has been fragging out hard for New Order, and Dennis definitely not in any way second to Kapumba as well. And from what I heard, Lucifer has hit Radiant today as well in Valorant rank, so they're feeling good about themselves. They're definitely Lucifer especially. I mean, this guy has been fragging out regardless of what the match status has been, and he is one of the pillar stones when it comes to Whiff Masters, even though you would assume that it has been Dennis and Ice Speed, it has been Lucifer. who has been that constant performance, who has come out with constant performance for Whiff Masters. Having said that, we are going into the first game. It is going to be new order on the attack with Whiff Masters on the defense.
And yes, they are, as Poseidon's gonna pick B long, not gonna see anything. Look at Showers do. Instantly, both teams fight for Showers control. They have two players pushing in, but he's actually gonna get. Oh, Scream is gonna get hacked on the 4 HP. Through the Showers area, Crom's gonna spot out Poseidon, but Poseidon with the perfect positioning alongside the Cypher Trap gets the kill. It's down to a 4v5 already, and Scream is a solo Scream. All have to just breathe on Scream and dead, but he's inside U-Haul playing around his own voice and cloud. But what a right click, as was just trying to play time as he gets one. He's actually gonna do a lot of damage as Lucifer gets taken out by Genshi as well. That is going to immediately put New Order on that advantageous position. Poseidon pulling in is not going to get the shot off the Scream. Scream is very low. All he has to do is get a wallbang bullet onto him and he will be down, but the spike has not gone down yet. And Ghost is still sticking in B side, not really
spike planted,
wanting to switch sides. Who is Scream escaping and finally gets taken down. It's down to 2v3. Both players on the side of Whiff Masters. They are pretty healthy, but it seems as if they do want to push together, which is again, I agree with that decision right there.
Last player
gonna get placed on the spot to it. Genshi gets completely destroyed there by Poseidon. With the Sheriff, he's not gonna get the shots out of Ekapum, but running around with the classic, not damage, as he's gonna get the final pick. Again, the classic winning out that little battle. Obviously, at close corners like that, the Sheriff is not the most viable weapon because of the capability of a classic right click. The right click burst is extremely powerful when it comes to such fights, and New Order do get that round under their belt again.
That was all Lino. The amount of control that Lino got inside A side coming through lamps there. No one was expecting it, and he held those players for such a long time that they were able to clear out Showers and get the backstab off there. And otherwise, the round looked really good for Masters. That they got an entry frag onto Prompts at Hookah, and then after they got another frag, actually they hacked down. Really good on top of Jenny here.
Crom's gonna spot Poseidon, but Croms is just pushing it. He's gonna scare any angle whatsoever. He's gonna get one, and that's gonna be he has to get into side, but Ghost is like, no way you're getting into my side, and he takes him down. Gonna spot out the Astra as well. Ekapum not going for the fight, realizing that he's picked up Spectre, falling back, but Ghost is hunting. Ghost wants this kill. He's down. It's just down to him here as New Order is down to 4 players. But if Ghost can here, that will the spike down as Ghost takes another one. Oh, it's a 1v3. Again, the Lino is extremely low. If Ghost can take one more kill, that would be really worth his troubles. But Ekapumba is already on the push into CT. Hobbs expecting this. Does Ghost get the shots to Ghost? Oh, come on, he's got his knife out. But he's gonna try and push in. Where the Astro starts gonna get placed here. Ghost gets one. That's 3 kills for Ghost. That's not only easy to charge up his neural theft, but that's a lot of damage done to New Order. Although they did win out of that round, that's gonna be the 3 players of their side are gonna have to try and reinvest, and not the best situation, especially when you wanted to go on to that bonus in this round.
Yeah, they are going to be able to buy up at least on almost everyone. I think it's just going to be Genshi who is going to buy out.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Actually, yeah, Genshi is going to go in for the Spectre. So 3 Spectres coming out, but the full gun round coming out from. So we have some hookah action here.
Okay, 3 players in hookah. It's 3-9 control here in B side. That's an interesting pick. But that's going to take Croms is going to take out one, but Ekapumba gets ice speed, not holding the angles long enough as he's able to get that pick. Goes to his in elbow. He's going to try and do something here. Scream is there waiting for him. The crosshair is just on his head. That's on his head. He's going to fall back. Last player standing. That's huge. Okay.
Spike planted.
Croms. But that's going to be the Is it what he did there? Was that he threw the recon dart inside the nebula and not in elbow. So there was no way that Ghost had anywhere to run because he was hiding inside the nebula as well. Having the read on the opponent's game, completely here is new order as they are able to take side with his and Dennis 6-9 left in a 1v5. He's gonna try and save this Vandal for the next round. He has one Astro Star saved up as well. Again, the money on the side of Whiff Masters, it's gonna be so bad for the next few rounds. They have to try and do. Again, yes, in yesterday's game we saw quite a bit of thrifty wins. I'm pretty sure both these teams are capable of winning, but Genshi chases down Dennis 6-9 and Genshi gets the final frag. That is so unfortunate. He's not even able to save the Vandal. That was it. That's gonna hurt. Especially gonna hurt because two players on the side of Whiff Masters are on 0, and yeah, realizing that they have to try and do something here, they are gonna go for the timeout. Now, the timing with the timeout here is that you usually want the timeout to be around. You should want the timeout to be placed on a round where you have a guaranteed victory. Now, since they are going on to a save, I'm not sure whether they will be able to make a little to run out of this round. But again, they do seem to. This was Terra. This was Whiff Master's pick, right? The map.
No, this was actually New Order's pick.
Yeah, so this is New Order's pick. So realizing that, I mean, it all comes down to stopping this aggression here from Crumbs, because that's their main entry point. Crumbs might not be fragging out as usual, but what he's doing is opening up space. He's taking those aggressive gunfights, letting his team, giving space for his team to, trade his kills or to, clear out those angles later on, and that's something that you want to stop, especially, I mean, on the side of Crumbs, is to shut him down as quickly as possible. But again, they tried hookah control, they tried showers control.
We'll bring it back.
Let's see what they are planning here.
Scanning ahead.
Lino already gets the opening pick at Lampsey onto Lucifer.
That's why he goes with the kill. And Ice Witch is pushing. Ice Witch is pushing and be shot. Ice Witch gonna get a second. That's gonna be 2 people taken down. That is the rifle gonna be recovered. This rifle is going to be recovered here as Crumbs gets a kill off of the judge. And that's gonna be Whiff Masters down in a 2v3. Yeah, it's a 2v3. Crumbs in heaven has the Phantom. Does he expect a push though? It doesn't seem as if Whiff Masters are really willing to go for this. Yeah, they are gonna go and try to save these guns. Obviously a good decision because they are running bad on economy, so they might be able to drop someone in the next round. They're probably gonna save these 2 weapons, but that's a lot. They did a lot of damage. They did enough damage. They took 2 players down and recovered 2 rifles. Crumbs has to not to die as Crumbs. That's why Ice Witch gets that kill. Ekapumba gets ghost though, but that's gonna be a lot of damage, and that's what Whiff Master really needed in that round, is to do enough damage to the side of New Order. So they have 4 players who are gonna have to reinvest on their side. As again, Ghost on top fragging with 5 on the side of Whiff Masters, but I mean 3 of those came with that Sheriff. But again, no operator yet. Oh yeah, the operator just comes. I was just gonna say the operator hasn't shown its face yet, and the silent immediately picks up the op. Now, Jet and operator, especially in bind with these long angles in B and the A heaven area, it's very strong. I want to see how Jet's gonna become viable here. Poseidon holding a very aggressive angle up in hookah. It's gonna pull out Crumbs' shoulder. Crumbs doesn't get hit by the operator, the small tank. Missing by margins, and the Kensha's to TP gets the kill onto Crumbs as Ghost is gonna push him out of B and gets the kill off screen. And Lucifer too on the side of the map gets another. It's down to Poseidon here, going for the spam shots through the window. Doesn't see anything. Ice Speed is here waiting for this push from Genshi. They have the read on where both players are. They are gonna make this so aggressive. This is the shots. Poseidon gets the kill onto Genshi, though it's down to the final player, Ekapumba. I wouldn't put past this man to try and clutch this round. But he has 3 Astro Stars as well. That's enough utility to pull off. If you expect Poseidon to be this close, no, he does not, as Poseidon is going to destroy him from top of the container, and that's going to be the first round for Whiff Masters. Finally, some life coming onto them.
all they needed was an op in the hands of Poseidon. Clear, bring back around, and he does it in style. Picks up 3 in the round. Actually 2, but it was the first shot onto Chroms to the boxes, which allowed Icy to get the kill with those pain shells. Having said that, we do still have another full buy coming out on the side of Team New Order here. Judge in the hands of Scrim, which is interesting. I mean, he doesn't have money to buy up for any other gun, but he has gone for this.
Get out of my way!
Since he has Scrim's gonna pop the Blade Storm, he's gonna have the Blade Storm and the Dust Attack. One close corner weapon and one long range weapon in his hands. That's just how the Blade Storm is. Now look at this, the blue spot and the outpost going into you for get it out completely as Chroms is gonna use the showstopper. Delete
down A
of the server, but Lucifer's gonna try and fade out and bring it down to 1 minute advantage. Lucifer, the boom bot gets a kill on Icewind. It's down. It has been taken down, but the spike is making its way onto the base side. Scream stuck here in U-Haul. Does expect? No, Lucifer not expecting Scream to still be stuck in U-Haul, and that's gonna be with the kill. The side has the operator misses the
last player standing.
That is just a fatal miss, but he gets the final shot off. But this is just not good for him anyway, and the shock dart is there. Oh no, Poseidon, that isn't a shot that you should have missed. That is just so unfortunate for him. But yeah, we do have New Order going up 5 rounds. That's gonna put Whiff Masters back on a save. And again, having to constantly save like this, again, having to save 1 round, buy 1 round, save 1 round. It's the economy not being stable enough. Really hurts you when you are down by 2 rounds as well. Interesting play by Lucifer, trying to go aggressive. Doesn't work out as they are gonna just full rush him. The I can get a load of information as Ghost is gonna get that on that. Again, I like this combination here. They're trying to put in U-Haul is the Armor Zone and the Boom Bot trying to clear him out, but Scream is there. Paper side has the Blade Storm. Can he do something? He spots Chroms. Chroms plays escape with his satchel packs.
Last player standing.
Oh no, Ice can go for the satchel play himself, but unable to land the shot as going to be Genshi take him out with the Vandal.
New Order execution is just impeccable. This is why they are one of the best teams on Split and Bind, just because of the entry that they have with Chroms. And on Bind it's even stronger because you have a Scrim entering with him, and their fast entry just catches teams off guard, and if you are not stacking that side where these supers are entering, it becomes really hard to hold on. And mind you, this is a team that does not default they never default on Bind, and it's just like a 5-man hit to the side. The only time that they defaulted was those first 2 rounds when they were playing to get information on where New Order might be playing, but other than that they don't really default. And now we do have Poseidon with the operator who might be peeking through
Poseidon. This is not a good angle for you to be picking right now. They have 2 players waiting for this push, and he's okay. So the thing is this, Poseidon with this initial pick, if he's able to get 1 kill and dash away, it would be huge. But just if he does go down, that's going to be an AWP recovered for the side of New Order, and they'd be willing to get that AWP away from him with open arms. With the initial pick, the spot comes for him, the spot, the action is huge, and the lower pass as well. Something, but he's going to escape somehow, not going to get tagged out by the team. That's a huge Astro play there, but it's Scream from below. Back.
Spike down B.
Little unsure of himself there, has Chroms already made his way onto defender spawn. They don't know that. Lucifer doesn't know this.
Last player standing.
Oh my god, Chroms can take Lucifer all the way. They're fragging out. Ghost can only get 1 for his trouble, guys. It's gonna be New Order getting that round. Terror, did you... The fact that Chroms is already in defender spawn. By the time they take
the problem there was they read that Poseidon will peek through hookah, and they waited for the Boomba to get information before any of the players actually peeked from B link here. We had Kapumba standing at B link just hiding, and then we had Chroms on the left side of B link, just hiding until the Boombot got information that Poseidon was here, or at least a player was waiting.
Bomb buddy out.
As soon as they heard the dash, they knew that Poseidon might be heading you up, and immediately tried to push him out, and then he heard the spin coming through the long.
Nowhere to run!
Look at this, now Scream has the operator. So
Then
then take out Ghost, yes it does, and that's the B side opened up as Poseidon not able to do anything with his Ghost. Ice Speed does have the
One down.
and can get that
Spike
complete.
planted.
The Saturday
Player
Ice
standing.
Speed tried to do something there, but Scream is in CT doing enough damage. Gonna go for a little bit of a tactical crouch play just to make sure he is dead, and it's down to Dennis. In B, actually just running around B trying to do some damage whatsoever possible here. The time peak here, Genshi has been just aggressive on these post-run situations. And yeah, that is going to be the 8th round for New Order on their attack. Now this we expected this, right? Especially on the side of New Order, is that they are going to be aggressive. They have their executes perfectly planned out. Even in that round, they knew exactly what they had to do. They had to play round. They knew Scream was going to hold out Cypher, and immediately as the drone gets information of the Cypher, they had the Hunter Studio gets popped. Now the thing with that is Whiff Masters, they cannot bank on because they do have a very defensive position with the Astra and the Cypher. Now the double control setup on the wall, especially the wipe utility in it, is constant. Okay, I'm gonna get to finish that statement as Chroms is gonna get traded there, but ISP is down to 50 HP. Gonna do the pinches as well. Genshi is gonna push out, so gonna spot him on the shock darting. Not damage, that's gonna get one. Genshi doesn't expect Poseidon to be there as well. And Dennis 69 is sight. And Ekapumba taking out Poseidon. It's down to 2 players here on with Master Prime.
Player standing.
Gonna get the run off, but Scream is just too good for him. Lucifer gets one. Lucifer spots out the jet. Doesn't get the shots off. The blades are gonna slice his head fully off. Now the thing with this is that, especially with the wipe up, is that the constant fact that they are placing all the wipe utility in A lets them use the Astra exclusively for B-side executes, and to use the B-side executes when it comes to smokes, and to use her very aggressively when it comes to gravity wells and the Noah pulses. That is why you see Chroms and Ekapumba playing together, since Chroms' utility could get a lot of value off of the Astra. Now it's really hard. That is the thing with double controllers. That is why that is probably the reason why we see a New Order love running double controller combo, because it suits their playstyle so much. I mean, because they are running a double duel as a it's a little too late. Chroms getting a little too handsy, but it's gonna be Lino in 2. It's Lucifer gets one. That's an interesting push, but they must have the information here that this is going to be an A-side push, and all 3 players on the Masters.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is just so big win. This is like this is the 9,000 IQ play, realizing that they pushed too hard. Now the thing is, they again,
Last player standing.
they had the read that this is. As well, just adding certain injury. Now, New Order, they have the read that this is not going to be a push off of a shot because they had cleared it already. So they know that all 3 players are
One enemy remains.
Poseidon gets the headshot. Maybe saw a little bit of
Last
a gun barrel,
round
but
in the half.
is there with the trade.
Now, he actually didn't see a gun barrel, he heard a footstep because it was who was it? It was Lino who just made a
some stars in the astral
sound
plane.
for a second, and it was Poseidon pushing onto his head. But the presence of mind, I mean, he just said one footstep to be able to push onto a head off of one footstep. It's just absolutely insane stuff.
Whiff Masters are not feeling too good here. They are down 1 round.
You are divided.
Is just
Consume it.
so much. I was just talking about Lino and how good he has been on the Viper. And it's him using that again.
Spike down A.
Poseidon cannot get a lot of value out of Blade
Last
Storm as he
player
gets
standing.
won the judge battle as Crumbs wins it as it's gets taken out. Lucifer with the Sheriff not able to clutch out the round. It's New Order closing out the half at a dominant
Switching
11
sides.
to 1.
Yeah, this
Again.
is just a clinical performance coming out from New Order. Again, this is why they are the top dogs right now and has been uncontested for some time. I think the only team that has been able to take a map off of them has been Cloy. And from what I hear, Cloy won't be around. The information that has come from the community is that there might have been a disband inside Cloy just because of personal reasons, studies, a lot of things happening for within the team. We might not see Cloy play, and which is sad. I feel like that they might have been the team to give New Order a fight because they have been the team to kill the Giants before. They took out UG's undefeated run in BCC qualifiers, and we might see them bring down New Order. I think
Look at Crumbs. Crumbs just pushing it. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna run in and get a kill. But okay, Ghost. I like Ghost play here. Ghost can get one, but he expects the second play. No, he does not. As Kenshi is there with the trade that's just completely shuts down his entire look. But with Masters, I've already made their way on the side. Yeah, the bomb.
Spike down A.
Do not do it dirty like that.
No one broke it for him. That
Last player standing.
So unfortunate. Scream has one.
Spike planted.
He's gonna spot all the players pushing into you all. He's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit off. And the Recon Rat is actually gonna reveal his position, but he knows both these players are in U-Haul. He's holding his cross right where he needs it to. He's a fake smoke, but Poseidon is there saving the round for Whiff Masters now. Little boom, what? The little boom. Everything is going right for Crumbs here. But yeah, that is going to Whiff Masters finally winning that pistol. Winning this pistol was really important for them. Now they have to make an economy off of it because they cannot afford to give away any rounds. One more round victory for New Order and they are in match point. Poseidon has been doing a good job for his team, but Scream is here with the Marshall. He's gonna get spotted out though with the on that. He's gonna push him back. Ice Spade is in. This is actually getting step away from change from but look what? Hello? And he just walked into the nebula with the boom in his hand. This guy, someone tell him to stop.
Spike planted.
He gets taken out there as Scream is going to be in showers as Genshi is going to try and chase away the trying to chase the strap fire. Doesn't work out. He has to try and fall back going through spawn, and again New Order they did have the worst weaponry for this round, so understandable that they are not again Genshi has a shorty as well, so it's understandable that he's not trying to go for exit. He's probably going to die to the spike here, which is much better than giving away an ult op for any of the players in the
Concentrate, Soba.
He's gonna try to go. Come on guys. He's gonna go and tap the spike as well. Just to, a little bit of a troll there, but that's Whiff Masters taking the third round. And yeah, it is going to be the bonus here for New Order.
So they did force buy on the side of New Order on some of them. So it's going to be Crom stuck with a Bucky in his hand, but the rest of them are going to be able to buy up. Was just Crom's though.
It was actually Scream who bought up the Marshall, but it seems as if they've given Scream the Vandal, and Crumbs has taken the Bucky because Crumbs feels a lot comfortable on that weapon. They are going in Poseidon here. He does have more utility. He can defend U-Haul when he's up and getting the side. That's going to be him. Already taking control of U-Haul. The Asper's Cloud is there to help him out. Going to throw the one-way in front. With the Cloud Burst. Oh, okay. That outgoing was just so huge. Reno getting tagged out by it, and the pain shades are gonna do him a lot of damage. 2 HP, and shock does not gonna land, but Crumbs with the pain shades gets one scream, gets another, but 2 kills on the side of Whiff Masters as
Pulling
they
them
are
in.
able to somehow
Right there.
take control. Crumbs here in
Satchel out.
the hall. He has to be taken care of here by those Lucas running in, not able to get the shots off, but the trade is there with the Astra as Dennis plays it
One
very
enemy
smart. He
remaining.
sees Kenshi,
Spike
but Kenshi
down
comes with the
A.
weapon. It's down to Ghost, and Ghost cannot do anything as Akapuma
Gun
is gonna
here.
peek out of showers, get the final frag. But that's gonna
Match
be,
point.
I mean, it is going to be a match point for New Order. I mean, they did take out 3 players, but
No.
the sad truth that they have to realize is that New Order is on match point. They do only one more round, and with Masters they have to play perfect Valorant from here onwards, and
Right
they
here.
have to do that for 9 straight rounds
Come
to force
into the
overtime.
right here.
9 straight rounds, and look at this. They're trying to go for the 2-man top. And the recon dart is gonna give information. Scream with the perfect timing. Ice speed, taking out the knife at the worst time possible. Okay, that is the thing with the butterfly knife. You want to take it out all the time. That is why I did not go to buy it, because
Sure, bro.
I was just big braining Valorant itself. You know, like, you know what? I'm not gonna die. But okay, Dennis could have caught Akapumba in his medication. But spotted, gonna go for
Last
spam.
player
The gun
standing.
gets spotted by him, as it's gonna be a complete shutdown. Ghost here on the lurk in back of spawn. Not gonna be able to do anything whatsoever. He's in a 1v5, a huge 1v5 to cut out Ghost. And he's gonna get pushed off by Ghost in the pain. The C4 is gonna charge at him, and Ghost gets a face full of lead on his body, and that's gonna be Bind going for the side of Team New Order as they take complete control, cementing their position as one of the best teams in the country right now. Genji coming up huge on the Sova.
Yeah, interesting game coming out from New Order, definitely putting the pressure onto Whiff Masters here. And the problem of winning such a dominant game in 13-3 fashion is now going into the next map, which is going to be on Split. They are going to be put under a lot of pressure because New Order is extremely strong on Split as well. So Whiff Masters definitely feeling the pressure right now. They knew they had their work cut out, and they definitely do have their work cut out going into this next map. And even if they do win this next map, third map is going to be on Icebox, and New Order is probably one of the best Icebox teams in the country. I think next to Cloy and probably UG. I think UG, Cloy, and with New Order are probably the best Icebox teams in the country right now. And having to face them off in an Icebox game as the third map is not going to be easy for Whiff Masters. So Whiff Masters definitely have their work cut out coming in from this second game. Having said that, we'll be going into a short break. You're joining us for the Logitech Play Win Series Season 4, the Valorant Quarterly Tournament Division B Semi-Final number 2. It is Whiff Masters taking on New Order. Do not go anywhere. We will be back with match number 2. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Logitech Win Series Season 4, the Valorant Quality Tournament Semi-Final number 2. In Division B, it is Whiff Masters taking on New Order from WG. So it's a NA versus WG fight in the semi-final number 2. We did see WG taking on Whiff Masters in game number 1 on Bind, taking a very convincing 13-3 victory against Whiff Masters. And now we are going into a split. And of course, joining me on the cast as always is going to be Might. Might, so interesting. Game number 1, we did have New Order just going absolute ham on Whiff Masters here on game number 1. Split, mind you, is a map that New Order has not dropped a game. They have, for the last 1 month and a half, they have not lost a single game on Split. And Whiff Masters, they have almost the same performance. They have dropped just 1 game on Split, that was against Team Nyx. But other than that, they also have not dropped a game. So it is going to be an interesting matchup between the two teams.
Now, of course, I mean, we know how aggressive both these teams like to get, especially on Split. So this is going to be one banger of a match. Obviously, I mean, the fact that team Whiff Masters are confident enough to go with Split as their pick when they know that New Order is really strong on Split. They seem to have an idea of what exactly they have to do. They seem to be under they seem to have a strat in mind. I want to see what they're going to counter strat this aggression here on the side of New Order, but immediate changes come in. We see Poseidon on the Reyna. Now Reyna and Raze, that's a really strong combination on Split here because of how Reyna can use her dismiss to take control of all these close corners in B side and mid. Now I want to see how they are going to play around this comp. They have a killjoy. Again,
Choose your agent.
New Order, they love to go for a double. Beg your pardon. That they'd love to go for a double controller setup. We've seen them constantly go for the Viper and the Astra. Are they going to change it up here? We've seen them Genshi go for a KO as well on a Split.
We actually didn't have one of the players connecting. It was Genshi not connecting into the game. Here we'll have to wait until he gets back in. Hopefully he will have his technical issues sorted out. It was a game bug apparently, so hopefully we will have him reconnect. And by the looks of it, it looked like they are going for a single duelist lineup. It was Genshi who did not connect. He will be restarting the game and hopefully will be back with us. Again, like I said, the confidence coming out from Whiff Masters to pick up Split against a team like New Order, who has not dropped a game on Split, is showing that they are not too bothered about it and the fact that they might have something in their bag to fight up against. And the other thing is, it was actually KO was actually picked by New Order, not Whiff Masters, if I'm not mistaken. KO was actually played by Genshi.
It was Genshi. It was Genshi, if I remember correct, who picked KO. Yeah, remember that spray that took 4 headshots.
Yes.
I just
this man is going to be on the KO on Split, and they might be running that single duelist lineup on Split as well. It's going to be Scrim, most probably on the Sage, holding that mid control with Crumbs, obviously not switching anywhere from his.
The thing is, when Valorant initially came out, for like the first 3 months or so, the operator was usually on the Sage. Like Sage is the OG operator player because of how that heal functions and how fast it was during the initial times of Valorant. Now, of course, they've transitioned on to Jet because people have now realized how strong Jet is on the operator and how that how the tailwind can be used to a lot of effect. But again, having the operator on a Sage is not a new thing to Valorant. That is what I'm saying. It has been a new development recently where you have a lot of killjoys picking up operators trying to play off of their turrets.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of teams who are trying to play have composites that do not have a jet. They play the op on the killjoy, so the killjoy plays off the turret. They gets contact from the turret as the moment the enemy moves across the turret, they peek. It's a very interesting setup, but then again, right now as it is, the operator feels a lot clunkier on any other agent than the jet. That is why you see a lot of teams running the jet almost compulsorily just to make sure that they have that strong operator presence on the map. But if Scream does pick the switch and he goes to the operator, I won't be surprised, because that is something that has been constantly done throughout.
Yeah,
But
and
I
and
mean,
the funny thing about the Jet is that Jet has become such a meta pick. It's like all teams have needs to have a Jet man in their roster. Otherwise, they are already far behind everyone else. And Jet has been this favored pick for so many splits now, so many acts now. But interestingly enough, when the Jet actually came out on Valorant, when Valorant actually came out, Jet was actually ignored. Jet was not even considered. And now it has come to
Jet
the
was actually a
point that,
DTA agent. I remember the beta, this
yeah,
thing that one of the pro players right now, I think it was Hiko, he did a tail list, and they put Jet on D tier because of
yeah.
they assumed that Jet was not really useful. But I mean, with the I mean, you can see how far Valorant has come from how it has started off, because that
Yeah,
just
now it
shows
has come to a point that Riot is just trying to nerf Jet left, right, and
you
center.
can't
But
nerf
still,
Jet.
yeah, the only way I
It's
think
just-
to nerf Jet is to take away his tailwind. But then if you take away tailwind, Jet is
what is
useless.
Jet? What
Yeah,
is Jet if you take away her tailwind? And
yeah,
and that's the sad part. Like, I mean, instead of, like, the thing is this, like, with the duelists, obviously I think Jet is literally the best duelist in the roster right now. But if you are to move forward outside of duelists, I think what Riot can do is they have to try and make the operator less clunkier on other agents, because that is the reason why Jet is such a meta pick, is because the operator presence, right? If the if the operator feels a lot comfortable on your Raze, on your Astra, maybe on your KO, because the KO can go for a lot of operator picks with that quick flash now that he has. I mean, it would be really huge to see these teams trying to move away from the Jet. But again, on the side of New Order, they have moved away from the Jet as we expected. Now, interesting decision here. Lino is not going to be on the Viper. He's going to be on the Killjoy. So that's going to be the first time I'm seeing New Order pull out a single controller setup now. Is this going to be a little checkup that they're trying to do here for the CD matches, or is this going to be the be their meta pick here on Split? I think, I mean, I again, Killjoy is a very strong agent on Split because of how she functions. Now, the thing here is that one of the things that Sentinels is that, the arguments that surround Sentinels is that Killjoy is probably the most powerful Sentinel out there, and Cypher is not as good as holding sites as Killjoy. Now, that is why you see a lot of teams avoiding picking Cypher on maps like Split and Bind. The reason for that is Cypher plays a lot more of a role where he gathers information, which is why you see Cypher being picked up on Breeze and Fracture because of the amount of information that they can do.
look at what Whiff Masters is doing. They know that these guys play absolutely aggressive on Split. They actually stuck behind Spawn almost before trying to go in, but now they will be
That is huge. The Siren is there with the trade burst. Again, she gets
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
just getting shot down. Just shot down. Most 29 HP. Outside the nebula, gonna get slammed out. Oh, he escapes the bullets, but he's gonna get taken out. New Order. Now, again, Whiff Masters. I mean, the fact that they stayed so far away from Spawn, it seemed to me as if they were trying to avoid the 0 point from the KO, because they realized that the 0 point was going to get thrown out into somewhere into A main or mid. So assuming that the 0 point was going to come into A main, they still stayed as far back as possible to get away from the range of the 0 point, and immediately, I mean, the fact that they still are able to win that round, although they have no information whatsoever, it just shows how comfortable New Order is on this map. But
and Genshi on the KO is very dangerous. They already get some sort of information, and we already see from casting they take out
from just taking along at the moment, he gets one hit, she's able to cut off the left, and Lucifer's down, that's Spike down as well. From this just pushing in, he has a spike, he doesn't care, but he's gonna get taken down there as Ghost with the
actually updating to Vandal.
Okay, Scream will not die. If Scream dies, no, he won't die. He has the headshots.
One enemy remaining.
He's gonna take out Ice Speed, and Nekapumba takes out Ghost, and Nekapumba with the second kill as Poseidon goes down in his hands. Now, interesting again. Not interesting. This is what we expected, right? Proms is just an aggressive push of mid. This is something that he constantly did against Team Nick.
I should play some Astro Stars in
It's
this
just
reality.
complete brain-dead aggression as he just pushes out of market and wins those gunfights, and that's something that Proms excels at, especially with a map like Split, where close quarter weapons like the Spectre, the Stinger, the Judge become so much more viable than the other maps. They are going in again. The Astro Star plays to that's a huge counter play here by the Astro, but it gets read completely by Reward as they fall back. The ice wall is gonna get placed, doesn't see anything from him. He's gonna try and go for a statue play. Scream is gonna fall back, gonna get the heal off onto himself. Boom one has in his hand. Doesn't get caught out with it though, as he's controlled a lot of presence in mid here by the but they did not expect Lino to be on the left. Lino takes down 3, but then Dennis is there with the trades down for 2v2. That Dennis and Lino just doing so much work for each
Last player standing.
Dennis loses the gunfight with Scream. Ghost has to try and do something. He spots, doesn't get Scream. And Terra, look at the spike. The spike's all the way back. The Ghost has to win this gunfight, but he does not.
No charges.
He does not. And Ghost gets taken down. Scream winning that out. What was that lurk from Lino? They had no idea. They had no
Lino
idea.
and Genshi both, it was actually both of them pushing through sewers to backstab the mid chokehold that Whiff Masters was on, and it was a trade on either side, but it was just Scream holding down afterwards for that 2v2. And I mean, winning a gunfight, a blind gunfight against Scream is always a tough task, and he just proved why. I mean, he does not miss this fight.
They got placed up again, gonna fall back off it against Whiff. I like this angle that he's created for himself here, because it gives him a little line of sight into mid. Expecting anyone to push up aggressively, doesn't. He has crossed the line. Okay, ice speed. Try and clear out this back lines. But Nekapumba is there and Scream just a little dash in the wall, gets one as Genshi is gonna push out of the
Last player standing.
Another Poseidon has
Spike
Sheriff. He's
down,
gonna go for
B.
spam, doesn't hit any of the bullets. It's down to him.
Team Ace.
And Lena's gonna shut out that round. Now, this new order, again, this is their staple play here on Spit, which is we are going to aggress on all extremes. We are going to aggress out of A main, we are going to aggress out of mid. The only place we will not aggress out of is B main, but then we are going to have one player posted up there purely waiting for you to push. And that's exactly what they are doing constantly over and over again, and none of the teams that have any answer to this play from them, because they are just so individually skilled. Is a new order and Scream with the operator as he's the key part of it.
Wall race.
Doesn't get the shot off. He's gonna put the ball down. Can escape. Ice Video gets a kill onto Genshi. From Ice Speed gets a kill on Crumbs. That's a huge kill.
This might be the only round that these guys have been on a number advantage, and they might try to work with this. Scream is going to be still holding down B Haven, but now might be backing off. They will finally get the plant down.
Again, both kills are they do have the lockdowns charged up. Lino might definitely go for this if he's able to get this frag out in B main. He has to try and something here. Scream coming out to help with the Astra as Lino gets the pick. This is probably the defending kills are lockdown going down. Yes, exactly as a prediction it's gonna go down. It's down with 3 players inside. Try and hold this as Scream gets one with trading up to Commander as he gets the resurrection onto Genshi as well as Eki Kapumba gets down onto side. The Astra doing so much damage, but Dennis is not going to be able to do anything. He's going to get the first pick off onto the kill. Oh my god, Dennis! He crosses it out. He did have high speed on his side, but that was a huge play by him outside of the nebula, coming in, winning both those gunfights on the Astra, getting Whiff Masters that first round on the board, labored, but they exhausted the Killjoy lockdown from the other side, and they were able to get with 2 people surviving. That was a huge round for Whiff Masters. They needed that so much.
And now it is going to be still a force buy coming out from the side of the order. They are going to buy up with all their credits almost. Might not have money for the next round, but we do see another split default coming out from the side of Whiff Masters here. Kapumba saw this. I'm pretty sure Kapumba saw this. Meanwhile, we did see Poseidon take out Scrim here. That's one man down all the way in mid.
Poseidon has the Empress charged up. They decide to use it if they are able to get into a good position. No, it seems as if though he's gonna try and hold on to mid again. Kapumba has 2 Astro Stars on him. Gonna go for the
Obscuring,
star up. He's gonna spot the player. Not gonna be able to get a shot
run
off. Though Genshi is in heaven, supporting him. That's gonna be the Killjoy lockdown placed in front of
you. Are divided.
Push the players in the back side. Poseidon with the perfect position, gets one, gets the heal off, not able to dismiss off with that as Genshi with the perfect timing gets the pick off. Genshi has the null command on him. Ice Speed gonna go for the
30 seconds left.
Clear out the site, and that's gonna be the plan probably going down here for them. And all 3 players of New Order, they're all popped up in heaven. Crumbs with the judge, obviously, you know Crumbs just wants to go play. Crumbs just wants to go play. That is exactly what he's doing. He's already in the front. You know?
1 enemy remaining. Last player
It's
standing.
happening as Crumbs gets 1 with the judge down to a 1. Ice Speed versus Ice Speed. He wins the battle against Lino. Oh, that just came so close. Ice Speed with the clutch on the race to somehow close out that round as New Order gets the second. That's gonna be a momentum shifter for them because that's gonna be the second round they've won in a tandem.
Yeah, and this is going to force the rest of the team on the side of a New Order into a very weird buy here. We do see a Spectre coming out, we do see a Marshall, but they are on a very weak buy here. Whereas Whiff Masters are going to be able to fully buy up. It's just going to be Ghost on half shield. He might peek here. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to get pulled with the pain shells and the character.
Doesn't die. He still survives and he's just crazy. But Kapumba in heaven. Doesn't see
and the double lurk coming out from these guys. Two swords.
Oh god, this is just play against, but Dennis is aware of it. But what can he do? Oh my god, Ghost! Oh my god, he just destroys both of them in swords. Kapumba. Does he expect the Killjoy to be here? The turret is gonna stop out actually, and on the side doesn't as Kapumba gets the sheriff shot out as that's gonna be down. Crumbs gonna use the satchel packs to get himself inside the judge.
Are they going to
Working out, but
Healing.
for 1 as Poseidon.
1 enemy remaining.
They have 1 play on ice. On ice.
Oh,
Gets
he's
1.
the shots! Kapumba!
No!
There.
No! Hey. No way!
That's not a round that
is-
Whiff Masters should have won, but on top of that, it's not a round that the New Order should have been able to do so much of damage, but they were able to do it. And Ice Speed just, I mean, Kapumba whiffed the first headshot, so he didn't even reload his bandwidth, so he didn't have the full mag. Otherwise, he would have been able to take out Ice Speed, but he was so confident in his aim, he didn't bother reloading and tried to shoot, and did not manage to get the kill. But now it's another full buy coming out from both sides. Ghost again is going to be on half shields.
Careful.
Here.
They are going in. Ice Speed. wanting to use aggression to try and do something, not able to do anything as you can observe. Again, has the showstopper charged up on it. It's a 4v4, yes. As
4v5.
Dennis is already, yes, a 4v5 big part. As Dennis is
Taking that back.
has taken control of
Concealment.
ramps, but
Obscuring vision.
Lino gets a kill on. That's gonna be
Killer. You will
well
not
for them, but
kill
the
my
kill through the
ally.
smoke and the resurrection comes onto the side and puts Whiff Masters. Whiff Masters has an advantage.
Last player
Cross
standing.
try to do something
that
against one, but Poseidon and the Sage gets one each, and Mega Pumba left in a 1v4 clutch.
Spike
Gonna
planted.
wait for the Sage wall to go down, try and go for the flank play at least. Yeah, I mean this is not looking too good for them. Look at the Whiff Masters. They're all gathered up in spawn. They know that this push is coming from either mid or from their flank, and they have the Killjoy look watching their flank. So no, this is from. He's probably gonna be in mid or vents, and they are camping it for them, waiting for his rival. And Ekapumba doesn't seem to be wanting to go for that rival. He's just gonna play back, play slow. And yeah, he's gonna try and save this Phantom for the next round. He does have the Cosmic Divide charged up, which might have been helpful
Right
in the
there.
retake, but none of his teammates surviving really hurt their chances.
But that's Whiff Masters equalizing things, making a comeback into this game and going to force New Order into another save here. So signs
1
of life
second,
for
peeps.
Whiff
I
Masters
gotta
here.
visit the
Whether
Astro
they
to play
can
some
keep up the
stars.
momentum is going to be the question, and we might see New Order paying a little bit more respect and slowing things down in the aggression that they have been keeping up. And we do see a stack actually. They have completely given up mid here. The read coming out though. 3 players stacked up at A and all 5 players on the side of the
Rom gets taken down there with Poseidon. Stealing get one, the Nova is coming in from the Astra, the flash drive as well from the KO to let him escape. Poseidon doesn't get peeked there by the player inside. Poseidon gonna escape the Alpha Man, the 0 point as well, which is going to give him chance to get onto heaven. He sits ahead of the stage now. Stam coming to anyone. But the alarm bot is going to give them information again, but the alarm bot gets destroyed. Poseidon running into spawn. He wants to take this gunfight against the player before his Empress gets delivered. He's just behind Genshi, checks the wrong angle. That was 50-50.
Last player
And he
standing.
decides to take the wrong one. Take the Pumba with the only rifle. Wins that gunfight as Genshi gets the final pick onto Lucifer. Whiff Masters the read on them. The New Order just read them like a book there. Completely read them like a book.
New Order was on a shaky buy there as well, and clean up the rounds is going to be tough for Whiff Masters. He's not going to have enough money to buy up, but he does have the showstopper, and he
Placing alarm bomb.
does buy into a special.
Placing
There's
swarm
another,
grenade.
full buy coming
Placing
out
swarm
from them.
grenade.
But Eco on the side of now, New Order looking good here. Even if they do lose this round, they will have money to buy up next. Whereas Whiff Masters, if they lose, they'll be forced into another save here.
It will be as Command. He's gonna start to give information of 0 point. Gonna give information of the 3 players. His marker is Genshi gets traded there by Dennis. The boombot spots the boombot gets destroyed as well. He stands with the box, comes with the big screen with the kill, and comes with another. It's out there. Showstopper does he expect here? Ghost is gonna get the
Last player
down
standing.
to 2v2. Ghost, it takes down one. It's down to 1v1. 1v2 big effort. It's out of Lino. Here has the lockdown charge upon him down to 52 HP. He is gonna have to go run back into the A side try and play retake because team Whiff Masters have hightailed their way out of this site, and Lino might be looking to save here. Yeah, he really is
Spike
not
planted.
going for this. He's actually gonna try and go for the clutch by the looks of, but he has to win the first gunfight. He has to win this first gunfight in heaven against Ice Speed, and Ghost is flanking him. It's not the best of situations, but Ghost coming up huge here on the Killjoy for the side of Whiff Masters. Now, Ghost has been their impact player to me throughout this half for Whiff Masters. Whenever he gets a multi-kill, they seem to win the round. That's an interesting condition because you usually expect Poseidon or Ice Speed to be the one who initiated gunfights, but
Going
Ghost
astral,
with the
guys.
clutch factor, the clutch gene in him, he is actually holding his team together.
That'll work.
Like a combo,
Right now they have given up mid control though.
playing inside Astrolobs, but he gets the kill. There's no counterplay whatsoever. No gravity wells, no pulses, but Hekapoom and Crumbs playing together. This could be huge. Lucifer wants to try and challenge. He's gonna fall back. Poseidon gets the kill onto Genji, the other side of the map though, but this resurrection comes in as Scream revives Genji. It's gonna be a 4v5 again. No real problems there. Lino has the Killjoy lockdown charged up. Poseidon down to 30 HP. Gonna have to get an player as I is gonna drop onto Wins and get the kill onto Genshi again. Oh, that must hurt. He's off and Dennis and Dennis is gonna get taken out the re-peak by the
Last player standing.
Poseidon in a
Spike down
1v5 and 1v4 and Lino is there with the final kill with the Killjoy.
Last
The Killjoy
round
coming
before
up
the
huge
switch.
from both sides as New Order go up 6. Again, Whiff Masters, they especially on attack for them to gather up this many rounds. I mean, if they are able to make this a 6-6, they will count this as a huge win against the traditionally aggressive
Can someone
defensive
get
setup on New Order.
Thank you.
And Whiff Masters though this round they are forced into a very weak buy here. Half shields coming out. It's just going to be Ghost on full shield here. And Lucifer is stuck on a frenzy.
Again, using that
You should
KO's,
run.
0 point as that
Spike down mid.
Scream. Scream just puts a stop to every single plan that Whiff Masters has. He just peeks on top of the wall and gets it. Like, how is that even? How is that even justified? Right?
Satchel up.
Ghost is stuck in market. He has to stop the Nebula being used to maximum capability as Genshi, and Ghost. This is going to be one hell of a fight. Crumbs has a shot. Gonna throw the 0 point. That's gonna Naga do a lot of damage as Ice Speed and Scream is actually gonna take 2. Take Genji's here, but Lino is not gonna let Genji take a pick as Bench is gonna be invested into market to try and do something. The
enemy
lockdown
remaining.
gets placed and Genji kills onto Ice Speed. Gun is the null command as well for good measure. Poseidon gets spotted and Lino is there with the fire kill on the round, and that's
Switching
gonna be
sides.
with Masters with 5 rounds on the board. New Order, a comfortable, not a very comfortable lead as we saw in Bind, but they will be happy enough with this, with the 7 rounds under their belt. Ooh, is there a 0 point lineup? It's actually a flash lineup. Ooh, this is it. That is huge. Again, that is the thing with KO is that you can line up flashes for your team. The traditional CS:GO type play here coming out from the side of Whiff Masters.
Charlie
Beg your
Mike,
pardon,
let's move.
it's
Work out. I think Poseidon is going to get flashed here. Let's have it.
Flash!
Order the flash coming in. Oh, that is such a good flash, but no, something is actually taken off it because of the sage wall placed in front of
Careful.
the main. Scream though is gonna try to compress onto
Healing.
Nail. Crumbs gets Poseidon. That's just a dance now, but Ghost is going to fall back into side. Lucifer with 1, but Genshi with the favorable trade. That's gonna be a 3v5. Dennis 7 is gonna spot out the play. That's a spike
down mid.
Oh no, that is a spike down. That's complete control of the spike for Dennis, but Dennis has no idea where the rest of the players from the side of New Order are coming from, and Ekapumba is playing this information game really well. He's making noise up in vents. And Genshi is in A side. He is 17 HP. If he's able to get a kill here, it could be huge. But
Last
he's
player
not,
standing.
as the Ghost takes on Lino. Ekapumba is gonna spot out one player, but he's gonna get rushed in from all sides. And Dennis with 3 kills on the round. 6 rounds here for Masters. Is Is this their map? Can they make it work? Can they take us to Icebox here?
This is the most amount of pressure I have seen New Order under on Split, because they have walked circles around every other team on Split, and this is the first time I see them push to the corner here. I mean, it's 7-6 the scoreline. This hasn't been a scoreline ever seen against New Order on Split, and we do see Whiff Masters exactly why Whiff Masters did pick up this map against this team.
The anti-stratting on the side of this one has been really good. Is that the entire stick has been to start out Genshi. Genshi and 0 point not looking out as Ice Speed gonna go for 3 kills.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
The boom bot Gary doing a little bit of a dance there, has 20 HP, has painted on him as well as Rena's gonna get escaped off of that, as flawless round here from the side of Whiff Masters as they clean up the entire mid push. Look at all the bodies lying in front of mid. That is not somewhere you should be going when you have saved weapons, but it is going to be New Order's buy round here, and this is where the match actually starts for Whiff Masters, because they have to win the gunfights now. And Chroms, we know Chroms, he's not gonna be shy to take those gunfights.
As one. Here.
Stand through. See anything? Oh no! Still trying to go for an aggressive play through the Nebula. Doesn't expect Ice Speed to have already pushed out of the 0 point. Gets arrested to get information. Ekapumba gets spotted there by the boom. After that though, but Chroms takes out Lucifer, trying to go for an aggressive off angle in top of heaven. But they have 2 players pushed out the main. Do they expect this push though? But Chroms is already in their spawn. Gonna go for the spike plant. Ekapumba gets the spike down here on site. Genshi holding B main. These 2 players in B main, if they stay alive for like the last 30 seconds of this post plant, this is going to be really hard for them. But Poseidon, he's gonna get the timing. He gets 2. That is such a good decision to fake out the killjoy first. And now Genshi takes 2. Genshi takes 2. Genshi has the flash on him as well. The flash drive is not gonna be
enemy remaining.
God, gets 1.
Who's got
And
this
Chroms with the satchel gets the satchel. Oh no.
There.
But that is massive damage been done onto the
There.
buy round of New Order. 2 players going down. Whiff Masters are going to be happy with that. They are going to be able to buy up. It's just going to be Ghost obviously on half shield against his UTD being actually Ghost and Ice with both are going into half shields here.
There.
Definitely being really expensive on both those agents. But another gun round coming out for Whiff Masters, whereas New Order is forced into a weird buy here. We do see Kapumba going into the Spectre. We might see Lino also buying into the Spectre here.
And that's exactly what they do. They have 3 players on full shields though. Lino not gonna be willing to take this. Actually just gonna take the aggressive fight in Vents. Gonna see, and then Lucifer with the Phantom. Then he plays the Sage Wall this again. This is the Sage Wall he was placing throughout the game last time as well. Not in mid, but this goes out of heaven. This gives control of Vents to the attacking team, but Genshi has the read on Poseidon. Poseidon not really necessary for him to go for that, but Chroms, he's gonna get spotted out by the turret, but he's gonna take him out, goes to go for the spam, not able to hit it as Chroms and well. As Lucifer is able to try and do something, he's gonna get into side, gonna try to hold his on his own. Chroms is on the back side, gets 1, but no, Lucifer denies any opportunity for such shenanigans. Ekapumba though has the read, but they seem to know exactly where each of
Look at
each
Scrim's
player's
placement. I mean, his wall, he's on top of a wall here. He didn't see Ice Speed cross.
Yeah, Ice Speed must expect this. This is why Ice Speed is not pushing. He's holding this angle.
30 seconds left.
He's forced to leg, and oh no, Scream, that off angle doesn't work out, but the spike has made its way onto the base side. Do they expect Dennis? No, they do not, but Dennis is only able to get a headshot off. But this is the phantom,
Spike
that's not a
planted.
kill. Lena gets the pick off. On the 2v2. Lucifer.
One enemy
top
remaining.
inside. Oh no, the spat with the
Last
top
player standing.
But they're going up against Lino. Lino with the kill onto high speed. Lucifer has to try and clutch this out in a 1v1 going up against the Spectre. 10 bullets left in his Phantom. He has the heal coming up in 4 seconds, but that is not the utility that you want. Develop, but Lino going for the sneaky play underneath doesn't make it work. Lucifer gets the final kill for him. That's gonna be the 4th for him on the round. Huge plays here from the stage, and that's gonna put Whiff Masters at any
Your duty is not over.
neutral rounds for here for the side of this. No.
No.
Oh,
He was
no.
too late for that res.
Oh,
I don't
no.
think Dennis. No, he might have recovered. No, I think he recovered.
Turret out.
Yeah, he was able to recover the Phantom. That res
yeah,
almost being a little bit too late there.
That was a little too close there, the resurrection. But again, resurrections for economy. I can understand the logic behind it, but that might be the difference maker in a round.
I think it is the right call to go for the resurrection. Although the problem there was it might have been too late.
Strange guys are gonna tag out. He's gonna finish him off with the. Oh no, the patience and the utility kills coming from Proms as he gets through. Poseidon here in Vents not able to do anything for his teammates as he's gonna try and play this game on him. Proms gonna go for jump pick. Proms, come on man, you have to stop getting so aggressive. But Lino not able to do much as he's gonna fall back. It's down to the 2 players inside for New Order to try and do something.
One
There is
enemy
not
remaining.
local. Bench gets 1, but I see the tap with 2 kills. Close it out. That's gonna be Whiff Masters on the lead here with 9 on their board. High speed has to show proper charge up for him.
That's
Then
actually
he
the
has
first
the
time
result.
that Whiff Masters has taken the lead in this game, but again, this is really good Valorant coming out from Whiff Masters. A new order being tested here. I mean, New Order considers this their map, but they are being pressured really hard from Whiff Masters here. It's such a close game between these 2 teams, and this is a matchup that I have been waiting to see, and which I haven't been able to see until Logitech did come around. And I mean, we are in for a treat here. We already are being treated by these 2 teams. But Astral Divide up for Kapumba. He is going to cut the side.
I'm interested to see where he's going to place. He's probably going to place him in front of. That's basic to Viper Wall that you need to see with Viper throw, but it's going to be the Astral Orb. But Proms is already in heaven. Proms, he's right next to Poseidon. Do they expect to see here? This plant is probably going to go down safe and sound. And if Ekapumba with the Astral Blades, but Ghost gets a kill on
Blocking vision. You should run.
New Order, the Killjoy has the lockdown and it gets placed immediately. The lockdown doesn't waste a single moment. As they are going to go for the stand. Doesn't have to kill. With the
One enemy remaining.
Poseidon with the kill on the stream. It's down to 1v1. Poseidon gets the headshot off, but Ekapumba
Taking that back. Need that back.
on the 1v1. Ekapumba. This man is just ice cold on these situations. He's just so calm. He's playing the time, playing for Poseidon.
Play some stars in the astral plane.
Of the final 1v1 winning that he. Oh my god, that is just so frustrating with Masters. They invested a lot there to try and go for that, but Genshi in the backside cuts, completely stopping that aggression from happening, and with Masters have to go again, gets equalized here on their lead.
Bomb buddy out.
And look at the fight here on Ghost has a stinger. He's gonna take out the boom bot though with the stinger, but that's gonna be the stinger.
Destroyed.
Presence noted for New Order, which is gonna give them an inkling that this is actually gonna be a safer side of this Masters. Lino. And gets the corner in time, and that's gonna be Lucifer with the kill, but still has a trade on him. Poseidon gonna throw out the layer for good measure.
Still in sight.
Gonna throw the second Proms, and it's actually I feel and Poseidon trying to go in. The tackles not working out. He's gonna get backed up.
Spike planted.
Poseidon gonna get down to the HP. Genshi with the kill. Ice Spade. Lino wanted to go aggressive here. Gonna throw the nano bomb again to stop pushing in. Which is coming in, and
Right now,
It's
all
just
they're
not
looking
looking
for
good
is
here for
damage.
this.
They
Yeah.
need to do as much economic damage as possible so that New Order cannot buy up next round because their economy isn't great if they do die here. And that's exactly why New Order is not pushing this. They know that both players, one of them actually is really low, but they're still not pushing it. They want to save whatever eco that they have. They don't want to go down.
Ooh, the flash drive invested as well to stop these players from pushing in. They're just investing so much utility to stop this push from happening, but they are gonna go back and try and save the gun. Poseidon actually doesn't go down to the spike. They actually both of them do go down to the spike intentionally so that they can use that little bit of a jet crouch battle there, but both those players die to the spike. Really, just what that does is that it doesn't give the opportunity for the side of New Order to gather up ultimates, right? When you get a kill, you get an ult off. So both of them decide to die for the spike instead of dying at the hands of the enemies. Gives them a lot more advantage when it comes to that ultimate charged up again. But the ultimate's going to be useful as it's only Scream who has the resurrection on him. Genshi's 2 away from the null command, has 22 frags, mind you, and that's going to find the KO, just showing how dominant he has been on this agent. Gonna throw the sword in front of the main to stop pushes coming in. Proms waiting for that push. Lucifer is on side. Lucifer wants to go for this pick here. Wants to go for this trade, but Ice Speed with the kill on to Genshi. He's gonna go down to 33 HP. Gonna try and get the heal off of Lucifer. Lucifer is playing inside the nebula. No, Lucifer gets one, but
You will not kill my allies!
Scream gets resurrection on top. Ice Speed. That is so unfortunate. Lino with the perfect pixel timing there, and that's gonna be the two players. Killjoy, Ghost, and Poseidon on the Reyna stuck here in a 2v3. Just the lockdown as well. They are gonna go for this. They are not gonna stop. Contact, he gets one, but Scream with the third kill on the round, closing it out. And a late. Okay. That's gonna be New Order with 11 rounds, closing it out. Things got a little dicey for them with rounds going back and forth, but now they seem to have you awaken the beast here with Masters because they are mad. New Order are just so mad that they are being pushed so much by the side of Whiff Masters. They just want to end this as quickly as possible, and we see a default coming in from New Order for the first time. Terror, we see a default. Look, the first time stands up to the Sheriff, not able to scream with 2, and Chroms with the third, and that's gonna put Ice Speed actually gets a kill on Mega Pumba, but Ice Speed has a Bucky and not the best weapon, especially if you're going for a retake. Dennis has a judge here in the back of A. If he's able to get at least 2, that puts Ice Speed at a clutchable position. But
last player standing.
Able to get 2 here. Again, she takes on Ice Speed. Can clutch this out. Gonna go for the shot. He's only gonna get 1, and that's gonna be New Order on match point.
Match point.
Whiff Masters, they have 3 rounds. They have 3 consecutive wins they require to get into Icebox. Try and force that third map to somehow close out.
I mean,
three
rounds is only force OT, so they need to force those 3 rounds and get through OT as well against New Order here. But a tough situation for them again.
He has an argument, and exactly the Null command gets invested immediately. That's gonna stop any sort of utility coming in to stop this aggressive push coming from their side. Fight big, gonna take out, but Lucifer made 2. But that's one of them is the KO, as the KO is resurrected here, and no, goes with the kill onto Eka. Pumba gonna fall back. Genshi not yet revived, as Dino's gonna go for the launch. Genshi did get revived here, and Poseidon invest in the Empress, throwing out everything to try and save this round here. Poseidon expects to play here, the lockdown doesn't work out, but he gets
1 enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Scream knocked 1v1 against both. They are playing this slow. They're playing this as quick. Does he expect both?
Attackers win.
Ghost gets caught. The turret pulling out the slow off. Perfect there by Scream to stop this aggression. Scream with the tactical crouch on top of the Killjoy. And why not? They have somehow closed out things came a little dicey here in Split, but they made it work, and they made it work perfectly. And that's what you like to see here if you are a fan of Team. That's what I'd like to see if you're a fan of Team New Order, because they were dominant. They were dominant on the attacking up. Things were looking really, really dicey in their defense, which I mean, Crumbs got shut down a few times, which is why they weren't able to go for those aggressive plays that they usually go for. But to somehow keep that consistency, keep that presence of mind, and come back on the attack with vengeance, and they did. And that's gonna be a 2-0 on the semifinals. New Order gonna go move on to the finals next Monday.
Yeah, I mean, dominant performance, and they do keep their unbeaten streak alive on Split. And the finals, obviously, New Order is going to go up against IWNL in their grand finals of Division B, which is happening on Monday. But having said that, of course, all these four teams who did take part in the semifinals have qualified into Division A, which they are going to be facing off against the likes of UG. We have Revolutionary Gamers, we have Cloy. I'm not entirely sure if they are playing, but Cloy is there as well. And then we have Mistwalkers as well. So a lot of very strong teams up in Division A for them to face off against. But this is going to be interesting to see how the finals will fall between IWNL and New Order. Again, seeding matches for both these two teams. It's going to be interesting to see how it will all come down. But again, hats off to Whiff Masters. I think this is the furthest that a team has pushed a New Order on Split, and they did come close. I think New Order just finding their rhythm a little bit later on in that game, and Whiff Masters just faltering under pressure. I think the pressure of playing back and forth against a New Order definitely not helping. And Genshi and Scrim definitely the two fraggers for New Order closing things out. Genshi especially on that KO. This guy, every time he plays KO on Split, is just unbelievable, and he does it again for New Order.
Genshi had one of the best series of his life today. Man, stop fragged on bind, and he just did so well on Split, on So and KO. Two very different agents, mind you, and still able to make it work on both of those. That's huge.
Yeah, and having said that, we will be closing things out. Of course, semifinal number 2 with this is a New Order, and they will be moving on into the grand finals, which is on Monday. And guys, if you are in the market for some new peripherals, do check out Logitech. They do have you covered in all fronts, whether it's wired or wireless, low profile, high profile, whatever type of mouse, whatever type of budget that you might have, Logitech has you covered. And I myself, I am using Logitech G502 Hero Edition, 16K Hero if I'm not mistaken. The wired version of it comes with different weights to suit your needs as well, and multiple buttons on the side. So whether you're an FPS player or MMORPG player, this mouse is going to be good for you. Having said that, we'll be closing things out. Do join us again on Monday, which we will be having the grand finals. I think it might be starting at around 8 o'clock, but the times will be posted on the Gamer.LK Facebook page. So do follow it and keep up to date of everything that is happening with the Logitech Play to Win series. So having said that, we'll be going off. Again, a massive shout out to Logitech and Gamer.LK for making this happen. But until we do see you all again on Monday, have a great night and a lovely weekend which is coming up. So have fun, guys. We'll see you all on Monday.